Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow, as Episode 3 has released. What mysteries will be explored in the town today? The town of Scarlet Hollow, also known as the Holler. What horrors await us? Let us find out. For now, let us load our last save. This is the end of Episode 2. Episode 3 awaits. Proceed, if you dare. If you'd like to continue with the world state in Episode 3, please save your game now. I would like to continue with this world state in Episode 3, so I will save my game now. Would you like to see a recap before starting Episode 3? I would love to, because it has been a few months. Yes, give me a full recap. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. Also, I believe Tabitha is a fan of the mac and cheese, very specifically. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. So Stella is a cryptid hunter on the YouTubes, along with her sidekick, Gretchen the pug, who is, I want to say 18 years old? Old little doggy? But still must be protected at all costs. Duke confronted one of the creatures. I forgot what they were called. Come on, you, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. But I wanted to protect Gretchen instead. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulders. God damn it! But Duke ends up shooting himself in the face. Still keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. So yeah, apparently the ditchlings by themselves are not, they're not dangerous. Like, Duke would have probably been safer not attacking the ditchling and just going away. But there is other things more ominous, such as the presence of the Tommyknockers in the cave. From the relative safety of your cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. But then you go out the next day and Tabitha's like, stay out of trouble. But listen, you'd better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints, just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. And I think I actually did what she asked. I did come home before sunset. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seems distant. I'm gonna keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. And then we've got Oscar, which is Stella's dad. Which one was Stella? Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I want to make sure she isn't getting into trouble. Okay. I want to say we found her. Yeah, because we went to the caves to find her. Kanika. That's her name. Stella's her name. This is why we watch recaps. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh, and there's Wayne. Stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask. As the miners pack their things, you scribble your phone number onto a scrap of paper. Hey, thanks for the help. It was great to meet you all. You reach toward Isaacs and shake his hand, passing your note to his palm. Don't mention it. Will I remember the voices and attach to the characters? I have no idea. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. Kids doing youthful activities. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. She didn't. Oh, I didn't even notice this guy over here last time. Was he always here? I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't get cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine, that place was shut down like 100 years ago, after a collapse that killed over 100 people. Oh my goodness, it's teen youths. My dad is a foreman at this continuous mining facility. He says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe and we can hang out here whenever we want. Right. My dad says our house is haunted. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. Wait a second. Where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. Hey, are you alright, Malice? Stella reaches for your shoulder, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Malice, are you alright? Then you have the Tommyknockers behind her, the ghosts of the dead miners. Wait, Beck and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. The 2 of you manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. When you close your eyes, you see the shadowy figures that gathered behind Stella in the mines. Your thoughts are drawn to the carving on the wall and to the visions it imparted upon you. Oh. Let us wake up and begin the new day. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate, as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. You manage to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the Shaw mine still stuck to your skin. I will take a shower. I will not choose to start my day without showering. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The water is hot and, surprisingly enough, clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, you think about Duke? And the image of him lying there, slumped against a tree with half his head blown off? Scrub feverishly, trying to scrape the memories from your skin, as if they're a part of the dirt that coats you. Think about Sybil's warning. The worst is yet to come. Think about Wayne, and wonder how many times he's watched you unseen. Think about someone special. Think about finally being out of this hellhole and safe in your own bed. I think I would probably think about Sybil's warning. This is what we've seen so far. How are things going to get worse? You think about Sybil's warning. The worst is yet to come. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself, and I have washed away my sins. Time to start your day. Let's text Stella. You pull out your phone to text Stella. How are you holding up? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Let's, text Kanika. You pull out your phone to text Kanika. I will send her a photo of an exhausted Ben Affleck. It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Message the group chat with Stella and Kanika. Can't wait to ghost bus. What's the game plan? I will send a photo of a pained old man. Nice. Let's check on the opossum. There are 2 of them now. I will wave to them. You wave down at the opossums. They look up at you. Should I risk petting them? What if I just save my game and then see what happens? And if it's bad, I can reload it. But it shouldn't be too, big of an issue because this is just opossum-based stuff. Against your better judgment, you reach out to the opossums, hand outstretched. What happened? I'm confused. What on earth actually happened? Did they just die? Alright, close the dresser. You've had enough of the growing family of opossums that live in your dresser, at least for the time being. Look out the window. You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. After finding that boot print and viscera in the garden yesterday, you can't help but anticipate something staring back at you. It's the same view. You turn back to the guest room. Let's check the closet. That is a bit creepy. How long were you going to have slept in this room without realizing you shared the same space with that doll? Hopefully it doesn't get up and move while you're not around. Hell no. Some things are best left untouched. You close the closet behind you. Head downstairs. You've done everything you've wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Who is this other person? Frau glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best as she can. Tabitha's eyes dart to the corner of the room, almost as if she's ashamed of being caught in the act of stress-eating ice cream for breakfast. Hi, I'm Malice. Good morning, I'm Janie, just here to do my little weekly cleaning. Whatever cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. I could have this place looking brand new, you know. Don't go making any big renovations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie. It's so nice to finally meet you. Malice, I mean. I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. Janie. But seeing someone somewhere and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. All I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy to be part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha with everything that's... Janie. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. Hey Tabitha, how's it going? There was a massive mine collapse on my property last night. I can practically feel the whispers of unionization already. So I'm a little stressed. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible's wound up happening. So you're coming with me. Let's see, do we want to lie? Nah. But breakfast, I haven't eaten, you have had ice cream. But I haven't had breakfast. We'll find you something in town. Janie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go rearranging anything, I'll know. You know, Tabitha seems like the person who would know. Like, if Janie arranged this fallen flower petal in the wrong spot, I'm pretty sure Tabitha would know. As you ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Malice, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just want to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. You did right by those kids, though. What a blessing, everyone getting out of that situation all right. Wow, that's a lot of choices. I'd love to chat, but I'd hate to interrupt your work. I'm in town for another few days, though, if you've got time. That's street smart. Of course, feel free to swing by the church any old time. Daniel and I are always there. Except when I'm working, of course, but Daniel's usually there regardless. Alright, let's go. Bye, Janie. Be safe out there, you two. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. The ride to town is uneventful, your cousin unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Are we doing general things? Picking up general items? What about the lieutenant items? What about the colonels? Picking up tea from Sybil. Oh, neat. What kind of tea? I don't know. The kind that Sybil makes. She makes a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what all of it is called. Quit interrogating me about tea blends. Jeez. You know, after everything that's happened the past 2 days, it's nice to just go on an errand. Not have to deal with monsters and people dying. People almost dying. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you never would have let me so much think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off, the doors slowly drifting shut behind her. And I believe, yeah, Kanika's troubles is that, like, she runs this general store. Her brother, in theory, should also be running it with her, but her brother doesn't care. Other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. No, they wouldn't be happier. You just wouldn't notice that they're unhappy. There's a difference. So many choices. Oh my gosh. What are you bearing? A lot of things. I'm bearing Pearland this coming Sunday, for instance. If I were to seriously answer your question, I wouldn't actually be bearing those things anymore, would I? We're burning daylight. Come on already. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smells of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel instantly at home. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Malice, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Is it tea? Picking up some of the devil's lettuce, Tabitha? Oh, I see. Gotta fill up on the old stash, huh, Tabby? Gotta get your prescription filled, so to speak. Pick up some of the devil's lettuce? What are you talking about? Malice is implying you're here to buy marijuana, dear. What? You think I'm some kind of stoner? You know what? It doesn't matter. Think what you will. No answers. Nothing. Very nice. Alright. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. Let's find a good spot to listen in, because we have street smart and a keen eye. You find a subtle spot near the door and listen in. I know it took a little longer than you'd hope, but this was fairly short notice. In the future, please give me at least 2 months to gather what's needed. These plants aren't exactly easy to come by. Is there enough? Yes, everything should go just fine. Make sure this is all it eats for a few days, and I mean all. Put it somewhere that it can't get other food. Hold on. Is there a creature on her property? Is that the thing from the bushes? Better question is, what isn't Tabitha telling us that she knows? I'm not keeping it inside. Outside then, a shed, something enclosed. And please, call me if you get confused. Don't assume you know what you're doing. You only have one shot at this. Remember that. Pearland ran me through it plenty of times. I know what I'm... Your listening session is halted as the tinkling of bells announce another patron. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Malice, aren't you? My name is Beau. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. I don't know why I gave him that voice. I don't think it really fits his character anymore. Let's try that again. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you. The policeman said he might just be out hunting somewhere, but me and my mama both know he ain't coming back. Mama's pretty broken up about it. I'm trying to hold it together since I'm the man of the house now, but it ain't easy. Me and him was supposed to bring Big Betty to the state fair this week, but now he's gone, and as of this morning, so is she. So I suppose if I'm not going to the fair, I may as well make myself useful and get out in the woods to look for what's left of my daddy. You was there, right? Could he tell me where to look so I could try to find him? Is Big Betty one of your chickens? Nah, she ain't a chicken. Big Betty is our prized pumpkin. She was a big lady, too. I'd expect she was at least 2,000 pounds of pumpkin. Jesus Christ. Not too easy to move something like that. Could be she rolled off down a hill, but I can't be looking for her just yet, well, with everything else going on. It's dangerous up there. I wouldn't go poking around. I ain't a stranger to what those hills have to offer. Daddy always said I wouldn't have nothing to fear so long as I learned how to use my fists. So he taught me how to do all that. Those woods might still get scary sometimes, but I reckon there's no better way to show my daddy I've learned those lessons than to go out there and find him. Your dad was killed by ditchlings. They're the things that have been stealing your chickens. They're monsters that show up when something bad is going to happen, and they're the things that have been stealing your chickens. I ain't never heard of a ditchling before, but whatever they are, they won't stop me from trying to find them. Have you seen anything strange on the farm the past couple of days, with the exception of a 2,000-pound pumpkin that went missing? Not really, no, but I've been awful busy, well, with everything that's still been happening. Them chickens keep disappearing, though. He died on the northeast edge of town, off the Esgina Trail. Thank you, Malice. I appreciate you trying to help us out. I don't rest easy knowing he's out there somewhere, all by his lonesome. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh my god, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. Meet at the library after and figure out a plan? And then it buzzes again. Fresh pickles, 99 cents? I kinda want a pickle now. And not just a regular pickle, a fresh pickle. A fresh pickle for 99 cents. You got bread. You got honey in bear-shaped jars, of course. You got snackin' morsels. Like nuts and bog witch brownies and choco nuts. But mostly I kind of just want a fresh pickle. I really like pickles. Hey, Ken Lowell, if you want to come over for breakfast, would honestly love to hang out. And then it buzzes yet again. Somebody was busy this morning. Sliding into the DMs, are we? If you want to hang out before the library thing, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. And that's that. You can't possibly get any more texts. Now, this is Isaac's from the mine. You gave me your number yesterday. I'm out behind the diner if you want to talk. You have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's house. Okay, so here's the thing. When you click anything that says explore, that is a choice that doesn't take time. So I can still go to either Kanika, Stella, or check in on Oscar, or go to the diner to see Avery, or wait for Tabitha. But I can only choose probably one of those things. But I can meet up with Isaac without losing time. So let's save our game, in case I'm somehow wrong. You probably have time to slip off and hear what Isaac has to say before Tabitha even knows that you're gone. You hold the bells on the door to the general store, quieting them while you make a silent exit. You find Isaac's smoking out by the dumpsters behind Winnie's diner. Thought you weren't gonna show. Here I am. Listen, I don't have a lot of time to talk, especially with you. I put 2 and 2 together. I know you're related to the boss, and the other guys are all riled up. They're talking action. If they saw me out here with you, they'd think I was some kind of scab. But none of them will listen to me, especially now. They've all got bigger things to worry about than a single missing miner. I haven't forgotten about him, though. Anything you want to know, just ask. All right. What kind of action are people talking? Isaac glances around nervously. They're talking about a strike, but you didn't hear it from me. Wayne's not missing. I keep running into him. But why wouldn't he come tell me he's all right? Where is he staying? Why is he hiding from everybody? This doesn't sound like him. I'm not sure the man you think is Wayne is really him. Did he have a condition of some kind, a medical condition? No, he was fit as a fiddle, built like a brick house, too. Huh. So, like, we know something happened to Wayne. We don't know what. Is that Wayne? Is that the ghost of Wayne? Is that a memory of Wayne? Why would he be following me? Damned if I know. I didn't even know you existed until yesterday. I suppose Tabitha could have told him about you, so maybe he's trying to get to someone else to close to his necks. Seems like a pathetic move to me, but relationships change people. Maybe even a man like Wayne can be broken by someone like her, or maybe it's related to the creature. Did anything happen to him at the mines? Find any weird stuff? Uncover anything that wasn't meant to be uncovered? No, I don't think so. The few shifts he was picking up were all above ground, mostly operating machinery. Pretty cushy stuff, to be honest. Do you think Tabitha did something to him? Yes, I do. That or maybe Pearl Ann. I don't know what it would be, but something happened at that house. Oh, or maybe he drank the tea. The week it went down, everyone was so up in arms about Miss Pearl Ann's death. Almost nobody cared about the fact that some transplant miner had gone missing. Do you know how Pearl Ann died? Heard it was natural causes, died in her sleep. She was old and a smoker. Figured her lungs finally gave up on her. Says the young man who smokes. What was he like? He was a light-hearted kind of guy, always joking around on the job. Amazing fella to grab beers with, not keen on doing hard work, so it wasn't too strange when he barely picked up any shifts once that relationship started. I'm sure he saw her as a bit of a meal ticket, so maybe he wasn't too smart, but he was a good friend. Maybe he was still doing work, but to take care of the creature. Closest one I had. This was helpful, thanks. Isaac sighs, taking one last drag of his cigarette. I appreciate you coming by to talk. I can't say I'm happy with what you've told me, but I'm glad somebody's looking into this. Seems like everybody else was perfectly happy to sweep it under a rug. Isaac tosses his cigarette butt. It goes without saying that you'd better not go telling anyone we talked. And if you see him, or whoever it is pretending to be him, tell him his buddy is worried about him, alright? Isaac heads back inside, and you find yourself alone again. Let's go swing by Stella's, see how she's doing, because we haven't had breakfast yet, and Tabitha, you know I haven't had breakfast. It doesn't take long to make your way to Stella's house. I'll knock on the door. You politely knock on Stella's door. There is no answer. You knock again, louder this time. Your renewed effort is immediately met by the sound of an excited Gretchen. You can barely make out the slow and quiet shuffling of feet over Gretchen's excitement. An exhausted Stella groggily stares at you from her doorway. Hey, sorry I'm a bit of a mess. I guess I slept in. A lot. Give me a minute to finish getting dressed and I can make us some breakfast. Ah. Also, this is an adorable little sponge holder. Curtains are a bit sheer, like almost non-existent, ghost-like in their nature. Oil for cooking. Still with a giant oil spray coming out of it. But at least it says it's for cooking, so you know. Well, what are you feeling for breakfast? Pancakes, eggs, and biscuits? Maybe just a classic scramble? I also have toaster waffles if that's more your speed. Huh. Can you pick something for me? I don't want the burden of free will. Oh my. Let's go with a classic scramble. Can't go wrong with a scramble. Offering biscuits after I've had one of Winnie's. Someone's got a secret family recipe, huh? Haha, maybe. I never said they'd be as good as Winnie's, but I've certainly got a trick or two up my sleeve. Almost the same pose, just slightly different. Alright then, let's see what you've got. Biscuits it is. Excellent, you won't be disappointed. We can even make them together. Ah. Very Ghostbusters of her outfit, especially with the ghost. Alright, let's get started. That is a cute jumpsuit. Ah, thanks, I kinda picked it out just for you. Thank you. This used to be my lucky getup from back when I did ghost hunting videos. Though I guess you might call it unlucky since I've never actually seen a ghost. But hey, after the past couple of nights, maybe we could use a bit of bad luck. Or the kind of bad luck where we don't find anything, of course. Don't want to jinx us. Should we start on the food? I'm starving. Let's get started. Biscuits from scratch seem to intimidate a lot of people, but once you get it down, they're super quick and easy. How about you mix the butter into the dry ingredients while I get everything else ready? She hands you a bowl. You gotta get in there with your hands. Just squish the butter into the flour until all the big chunks are gone. Don't worry, this isn't my first biscuit rodeo. I have not made biscuits, but I have assembled some very basic dessert that did require some mixing. So that's close enough. Excellent, always good to have someone experienced helping out in the kitchen. With the two of us working together, maybe these will be as good as the diner's biscuits. I've never quite been able to compete with that level of perfection on my own. Squish that mix. You get to work and start kneading the mix. I'll get started on the gravy while you're at it. Anyway, seems like you got an earlier start than I did today. Anything interesting happened while I was asleep? Did Tabby give you a hard time? I caught up with Isaac before coming here. That miner from yesterday? That was a good call. He seemed like he had something he wanted to say. The miners are going on strike. Sounds like the collapse yesterday was the last straw. Whoa, that sort of thing hasn't happened here in like 100 years. Good for them. That's true. They work in kind of a dangerous profession not to be unionized. But also, yeesh, on this of all weeks, I wonder how Tabby's taking it. Yeah, it's like her whole world is coming down around her, and she's just bottling it all up. Yeah, I'm glad folks are sticking up for themselves, but it's hard for me not to think about what she's going through. He thinks Tabitha or Pearl Ann did something to Wayne. Maybe he is a ghost. No, Tabby doesn't have it in her to kill someone. She's not that kind of person. Perlan, though. Whoever we've been calling Wayne sounds so different from the person Isaacs knew. It's hard to think of the guy as a drinking buddy with a sense of humor. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest. I have to imagine I'd lose my winning charm if whatever happened to him. Stella pauses and shudders. Best not to think about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool, thanks for the update. Did I miss anything else this morning? I met Bo at the general store this morning. That poor guy, how's he doing? Apparently Big Betty's gone missing. Really? How does a 2,000-pound pumpkin just disappear? The cops still haven't found Duke's body. He says he wants to look himself. Gosh, that sounds dangerous. I hope he stays safe. Tabitha was planning on babysitting me all day, but I managed to slip off while she was packing up tea. I'm glad you're here. It's been really nice spending time with you, even if a lot of it has been the two of us running in terror from the monster of the day. Yeah, not a whole lot has really happened other than that. Well, no news is probably good news, right? Are you pumped up for ghost hunting tonight? I'm extremely pumped. Excellent, me too. If there's a ghost, I hope it tries to communicate with us instead of scare us. That would be convenient. I highly doubt it, but I want to know what it's like to be dead, or if there are more ghosts out there. And hey, if this is anything like any other ghost hunt I've been on, it'll be much appreciated breather. Unless you count Tommyknockers as ghosts. Or Wayne. How's the squishing coming along? I think I'm done. How's this look? Stella reaches over and takes the bowl from you. Looks perfect. Now I just have to add the wet stuff. We're in business. Oh, does she have pug slippers? I think she has pug slippers on. If you want to go and wash your hands, I can take care of the rolling and folding. You wash your hands as Stella adds her milk concoction to the flour mixture, stirring a few times before turning to the counter for the final steps. Our little babies are ready to go in the oven. And if you don't mind, I'm going to make an egg for myself while we wait. Actually, can I have an egg too? Of course, the more the merrier. Hope you like over easy. Stella cracks an egg into the fresh pan and gets back to work on the stove. Thanks for coming over, by the way. It gets lonely here sometimes. I know she's been mean, but Tabitha obviously still cares about you. I know, she's distant and kinda terse, but that's just her way of joshing with me. Like the whole band from the mind thing. She's so funny. Yeah, I think you're right. There were a lot of cute wanted photos of you in her office. I don't think these would be there if she were serious about keeping you out. Poor Tabby. You and my cousin must have dated at some point, right? What happened? Was it that obvious? I guess we must give off more of an ex's vibe than I thought. I guess you could say we kind of dated. It was never really official, and she might tell it a little differently, but as far as I'm concerned, that was my first relationship. Not that she's my type or anything. Honestly, that's a lot closer to you. Cool. So you play for left field? let's save our game. Why did you two split? I wish I knew. It just kind of stopped after high school. I guess we didn't see each other every day and she was always busy at the mine, so there wasn't much of a chance to hang out anymore. I wish we could have stayed friends, like actual friends. I could have used someone like her after the big accident. Kanika was at school already, Reese was sick, and Tabitha wouldn't even return my calls. It was well, it's ancient history. Can't change the past. Do you think you'll always live here? Have you ever thought of moving away? It's hard to say. This house means a lot to me. This town means a lot to me, and I haven't had to think about where to live or where to go. But I guess I could see myself leaving for the right reasons, or for the right person. You and Kanika seem really close. Yeah, it's nice that she's back in town, but I wish it were under better circumstances. She's so busy with the store, too. I don't know how she does it. It's been nice hanging out with her more the past couple of days. Though again, better circumstances would be nice. Kanika told me what happened to your parents. Oh yeah, died in a car crash. They were taking me to college. I didn't wind up going, not much more to be said. Did you ever try to go back to school after that? Stella stares down at the breakfast food sizzling away in the pan. No, didn't have to. Like I said, I inherited the house, so it's not like I needed to worry about whether I'd live or how I'd get by. I'm so sorry, Stella. It's okay. It happened. Nothing I can do about that. Can we talk about something else, though? It means a lot to me that you care. I really don't like talking about this. So are we actually gonna meet Reese today, right? Like, we've been talking about him for a while. Heck yeah, we are. If Dr. Kelly tries to turn us away again, we can just sneak in. Nothing will stand in the way of us and friendship. What's he like? I'm not about to ruin a cool and mysterious introduction by telling you. I think you'd like him, though. Are you sure he's real? At the very least, he was real for most of his childhood. And if he's a ghost now, that's even better, because we're off ghost hunting, and that'll make sure we'll find a ghost pretty quickly. He can tell us what being a ghost is like. Do you think he's contagious? Nah, whatever he's sick with has gotta just be a Reese thing. His mom isn't sick. And I've seen him a couple times in as many years, and I'm totally fine. His mom's got it rough. Yeah, I can imagine being in her shoes. Her whole life is taking care of him at this point, you know? Interesting how choosing that one explore option negated the other one. Do you ever hang out with Avery? Oh, that's a good question. I guess I just don't know them very well. I grew up with Reese and Kanika and Tabby. Even you don't seem like a stranger, what with who you're related to. Avery moved here a few years ago, kind of close on the heels of all that stuff with the accident, so I guess I wasn't really in the right headspace for making new friends. I do go to their parties, but now that you mention it, it is weird that I haven't thought to try to hang out with them outside of that. I should text them sometime. How's the food coming? A timer goes off, and Stella excitedly pops open the oven, pulling out a tray of delectable biscuits. Funny you should ask, looks like we're done here. And with that, breakfast is served. I think I'm going to stop here for the night. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.